In this video, we are going to talk about studying and how to learn efficiently and quickly. Everything I'm about to say comes from my own personal experience, and the information I'm going to share with you today can be implemented by almost anybody. There is no magic pill when it comes to learning different skills, but there are certainly ways or protocols we can use to our advantage to learn, and I want to emphasize this: access the stored knowledge. Meaning remembering the information long after you have learned it, not just fractions of it. It's pointless to invest hours and hours into learning something just to forget anything you've learned in just a couple of weeks. There are many reasons why we can't learn effectively, but in this video I'm going to focus on delivering to you the 10 rules I use when I want to learn something new. Whether it's a new programming language, a concept, or anything that doesn't necessarily have to do something with software development. Let's get to it. One of the first things I do is recalling what I've just learned. After I went through a chapter or coding exercise, I do something else and I try to remember the main ideas of what I've learned. I try to recall them when I'm doing mundane activities like doing the dishes, going out to the store, or taking a shower. The reason why I do this is because the ability to recall new things you learned will help you cement them in your mind much more easily. Imagine you're watching an awesome tutorial on YouTube. Now you are already 2 hours in and can remember how the author got the database connection up and running, and you have to go back to that specific section and rewatch it. It's kind of a waste of time. When I'm watching or reading a tutorial, I'm making sure to actually write the code as I go along with it. If I cannot keep up with the pace, I press pause, solve the issue or the coding challenge, and then I resume the tutorial. By doing this, not only you save time and energy, but by writing the code, you get to better understand what you're trying to learn. The next thing that I do is chunk the ideas in problems. The idea of chunking is to understand and practice with an idea or solution to a problem to the point where you can recall it in a split second. Once I have learned that new programming concept, I take some time to repeat it. Maybe it sounds crazy, but most of the time I'm thinking of a song about it and I try to sing it in my mind over and over again. This way the information will turn into a chunk and I will be able to make a connection and pull it up whenever I need it. Train your mind like you would train your body. Maybe you've heard this before. If you want to build muscle, you will probably need to train your body a little bit every day or maybe a few days a week. But you wouldn't want to train just one muscle group 7 days a week. It will not grow as much as you would like to. Muscles need time to grow and the tissues need time to regenerate and grow in mass. So one solution is to split your workout into muscle groups. On day 1 you train legs and abs, day 2 the chest, day 3 the back, and day 4 maybe the arms. That's also what you should do when you learn. Spread out your learning a little bit every day, just like a bodybuilder. The brain is like a muscle. It can handle only a limited amount of exercise on one subject at a time. Try to split your learning routine into something similar to muscle groups. Let's say database management day, REST API day, web design day, and functional JavaScript day. Another important rule is to mix up different problem-solving techniques. There is no single way of solving a problem, that's for sure. When I have a task and my way of solving the problem doesn't seem to work very well, I try a different approach. I try to mix things up and see if I can come up with multiple solutions. After every solution I have implemented, I go over my errors and I make sure to understand why I made them. Then I work on improving the code. From my experience, it is common to be unable to solve problems or grasp concepts the first time you encounter them. Sometimes you get frustrated that you got stuck on a problem for so long and it seems you cannot figure a way out. This is the ideal moment when you need to take a break. Let your mind relax for a while. You'll find out that sometimes the solution to your problems comes in your sleep or taking a bath. This is because a part of your mind is working in the background, figuring out things you might not be able to do when you're focused. Have you ever heard of the concept Explain Like I'm 5? There's even a subreddit for it. And it's a pretty neat mental exercise. Whenever you're struggling with a concept, ask yourself, how can I explain this so a 5-year-old could understand it? This exercise will make you think about how to simplify an answer using analogies. For example, how would you describe a database to a child? I would say that a database is like a bucket or a toy box. You organize your apartment or house by placing all the toys inside the box. Otherwise, the toys will be all over the place and you won't be able to find them easily when you need them. The database solves all of these issues. Maintain your focus. I bet you've heard this 1,000 times before. This is a topic quite full of opinions and advice, some more unusual than others. When working on a problem, try to focus on that task so you are as efficient as possible. It's up to you to figure out how to focus on something and maintain it for a while. What I found that works for me so far is to turn off all interrupting beeps, alarms, and notifications on my phone and computer. Besides this, I like listening to music that helps me focus. I found that I focus very well while listening to music that has no lyrics, like post-rock. I've created a special playlist that I listen to when I'm programming or stargazing. You can find the link in the description down below. Most of the time, but not always, I take advantage of my rested mind and do the hardest thing earliest in the day. I do this because I feel better during the day after getting rid of that unpleasant thing first. Harder things take more effort, and by doing the hardest task earliest in the day, you make sure you've got enough time to complete it. This also makes it less likely you'll postpone the hardest task for the next day. But this doesn't work for everyone. Some people prefer to tackle the easiest problems first and then leave the most difficult problem at the end. The reason is quite simple. They are most efficient when working under stress. If you're the same, make sure you limit the time you are under stress. This is because long-term stress has a devastating effect on health. Make sure you take care of yourself first. Sometimes you feel like the work you are putting in is not getting you anywhere. This happens to everyone from time to time. You're honestly not to blame. If you want to stay motivated, make yourself feel like you are making progress. No matter what's happening in your life, always have one thing you're making progress with, so you feel good about it and yourself. For example, if you want to learn JavaScript, make it your #1 priority. Every day you should read a few pages of your favorite JavaScript book or work on personal or open source projects that rely on JavaScript. Most of the times you lose motivation because there is not enough discipline to keep you going. Try to make it so easy you can't say no. Start small, then gradually improve. Rather than coding for 2 hours per day, start with 10 minutes per day. Make it easy enough that you can get it done without forcing yourself, and that's very important. This way, you will not get mentally fatigued and you will be able to get more things done. Alright, that was it for today. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I was Karol, and I'll see you next time.